Hey guys, Rainbow CC here, doing a VOD review. This is my first game from the FNCS solo from last Friday. So let's just get right into it. I'm starting off from the mid game here with 48 alive. Second zone is about to close. And I have myself a really good position. So I was looking at the map, and I saw that because it pulled to stealthy, there are going to be two prime spots on this map, okay? There's going to be the lighthouse, and there's going to be stealthy stronghold itself. You have the walls. Okay, so the lighthouse is just not an optimal spot for me, considering I was coming all the way from Blue Bridge, which is where I landed. It's not an optimal rotation spot. So I had to set up on the side of stealthy, which ended up working out. I pulled second zone. I can't really tell. I think it's third zone. I ended up pulling, and it worked out. But however, I was on the side, so it makes it complicated. So lighthouse would have been a good spot, but right now I am in a good spot for myself. So right now I'm just having a look around to see if there's any players nearby. I do know that there's a player in that house down below me. I don't want to engage because I don't have too much ammo. I'm just getting tags to make sure in case Storm Surge pops up, I'll be ahead, because I don't have any kills. So now I've gotten a few tags, I feel like I'm good on Storm Surge, so what I should do is simply put it away. Yep. And now just keep paying attention to my surroundings and having a look at where the other players are. Keeping track that there is a player in that house. I don't want to take too much of an over peek. I made a window peek instead of, a big open edit, which I think I did do that at some point. So again, just waiting. Probably because there are a lot of players coming from the south, considering it's a northwest zone. I probably should be looking behind me to try to hold people coming in from the southern part of the map right now, rather than focus lighthouse. Even though lighthouse is looking pretty scary because it has prime spot, I probably should be focusing behind me. And because I make that mistake, I end up getting focused by these players, put in a bad spot, because now I'm not the only one up here. There's a bunch of other players here. That other guy ended up making a base down near his house. So I chill. Okay, and I look at my mats, and I realize, okay, look at my mats. I have really good mats right now. I have pretty much 5-5-5 right now, so I don't want to throw stuff. So pretty much anything here is boring. I just keep refarming and stuff. But right now, again, looking for vision. Looking to refarm as much as I possibly can. Okay. Now I look at zone. Okay. Zone pulls away, which is what I was afraid of when I was playing the game. So I drop down, and here's probably where my first mistake comes in. I shouldn't have used as many mats as I did here, because that literally cost me the game, in my opinion. Again, overbuilding here, which probably is necessary considering there are players in those builds. I heard them. I turned the sound off so it would be easier for you to hear me. There are players in these tunnels, so I didn't want to expose myself too much. But I think I made a good decision here by wrapping around. There are players from that side, so I needed to get in. I need to get into the zone. And this here was a pretty free rotate. I did end up getting tagged by one player, but these players are healing and fighting. So I got tagged once, and I boxed up, okay? So I think this is pretty much where I chill for a long while. I end up trying to focus that guy for a sec because I realize his healing is lower than me. He's popping a mini. So I try to maybe get a kill. Doesn't work out. Oh, by the way, sorry guys. My friend actually spammed me while I was screen recording a little bit, but it's not a big deal. So, anyway, just looking around. Really don't want to take too many over peeks. And honestly, this is an over peek right here. Probably shouldn't be taking this. I end up wrapping around these old builds, okay? I can not emphasize this enough. If you watch Your Fellow Arab, you already know this. Old builds are so important. If you use old builds to your advantage, you have to make sure there's nobody in there, first of all. But if you can use them to your advantage, like I did there, it's such a free rotate. One of the best plays of the game. Now I base up in a rather large box. Might be unnecessary because it ends up burning a lot of mats, which could be really useful later. So maybe I should have made a single tile box there or expanded out horizontally rather than vertically, but it ended up working out, so I can get angle on this opponent here. So as you can see, I'm rotating this cone, flipping it, just to get vision, just to see where he might be. So, you know, I'm just making weird edits. You know, we're playing mind games is what we're doing here with each other. And I pull zone. Okay, I pull the zone. It lands right on top of me. I'm like, yes. Okay? So immediately, what do I think? I think about holding the other players. Because the majority of players did not get the zone. There are 30 alive. There are not 30 people in this tiny little area. So I immediately, my first thought is to try to hold other players and prevent them from coming in. Meanwhile, I get sprayed out from below, which is why I should have been building out of hard mats, and why I should have built a floor and a cone rather than just a cone. So lesson learned there. It ends up wasting 2 of my minis, which could be probably used later. That third slot really is, it's just a gas can, so, I mean, I don't really know what to make of that. So I go back to my usual, just try to hold people, get a few tags, definitely good on Storm Surge now. It's not going to pop out anyway, there's only 30 people in first moving. I mean, sorry, half and half, so. I'm doing my thing, get into a mind game, sort of, with this guy down here. He's boxed up, I'm boxed up. We're sort of just trying to take in our surroundings. We don't want to make any bad moves. As you guys know, I scrimmed a lot recently, so if I hadn't done that, I probably would have been completely clueless, like a chicken without my head, running around this end game. But it turns out I didn't do horribly in this first game. After this game, in fact, I was actually top 7% in the tournament. After this first game, so that's pretty impressive. But I feel like I could have done so much better, and I feel like it's a wasted opportunity, and you will see why if you continue to watch. So here's what happens: pull zone. It's amazing. There's another guy. Okay, I'm neck and neck with another guy, but I'm staying right at zone. I have medkits on me. How many medkits is that? That's 3 medkits. Okay, so I could go into zone if I needed to. I don't feel the need right here because I just want to get ahead as much as possible, but I don't think that really is the play, at least when the zone was not moving. But as soon, right here, okay, I'm refarming. I have good mats, but I've been overbuilding this whole time. I'm just going to train myself to do 3 P-starps instead of 5 P-starps. However, there, you see the loot? I should have immediately beelined for it. I should have gone up. This is where the game lost. I boxed up. Instead of going up, I boxed up. If I had gone up, I would have gotten the loot, hopefully maxed out my mats, and then I would have been chilling. I would have immediately gone up, but rather I'm still looking for the loot right here, and I'm not focused on the proper objective. So I end up losing track of where zone is, and then I'm like, oh, dang, zone's here already. I have to go up. So I try to save as many mats as possible. I feel like I should have just made a quicker decision, choosing which of these to break. It ended up being fine, and I see, wow, I have height. I just chop the guy out, and boom, I'm on height. So I now have high ground. So I want to pop a med kit, but this is the stupidest mistake, and I could have won this game. That I didn't fully box up. So number 1 thing, if you're on height,